On the heels of a successful mail-in voting election in Michigan, Secretary of State Jocelyn Benson rolled out a host of new initiatives now that she says will allow elections to run even smoother and allow more eligible voters to cast ballots.
News 8's Emily Leonard is at the live desk to walk us through these proposals. Emily?
Well, Brian and Sue, the changes address a lot of logistical concerns clerks had from the last time in hopes of speeding things up. The proposals also seek to respond to some of the criticism of the last election by adding even more of the election results. Let's take a look. One of the biggest changes, she wants Election Day to be a state holiday in Michigan, so more people have time off to vote. The Secretary of State also wants to require mailing applications for absentee ballots to registered voters every federal election cycle. She wants clerks to have an extra 2 weeks ahead of Election Day to process absentee ballots, but not count them. She suggests that absentee ballots postmarked by Election Day and received shortly after Election Day can be counted. Also among the changes, improvements to silence the critics, such as mandating training for election challengers and election workers so they know how the process works, and require a statewide audit of results before state certification. She also wants to allow electronic ballot casting for overseas military members and to ban anyone from openly carrying guns within 10 feet of a voting location. She says lies about the fairness of the last election cycle will not deter future changes.
Here in Michigan, we will not be sidetracked by these deceitful attacks on our democracy, for the will of Michigan voters is clear. They want elections that are strong, secure, and accessible. They want us to build on the successes of our 2020 elections and advance democracy on the road ahead. And that is what guided my administration as we built this legislative agenda that we're announcing today. We looked at the data from last year's elections, best practices from across the country, the confidence in our system demonstrated by voter registration and turnout trends, and the expanded rights voters themselves placed in our state constitution, and sought ways to improve our systems and advance their will.
How many of those proposals the legislature will take up is still yet to be seen, but we will keep you updated.